Hey guys, it's Tef Newt, and I'm in a new location, hotel-wise. I'm at this place called Batara Place. It's like a hotel slash apartment place, and the place is really nice. But I wanted to make a vlog about where I was kind of emotionally on this journey, and yeah, just in general. I'm feeling a lot of shifts right now. Just being traveling on my own and feeling a lot better than last night. I definitely had kind of a moment where I was just like, everything just kind of hit me a bit internally, and I had to let people know about that. And it's not always easy for me to share that kind of stuff. I've always been the type that either keeps it to myself or let people know later on, or the people that are really close to me in my situation, I'll let them know, but I'm generally quite private about certain things just because of my past upbringing and not being able to always show emotions. But I'm extremely emotional, but yet sometimes a bit fiery too. I'm very direct and German-like, and that is who I am. And I have an easier time actually expressing certain things on camera. Not everything, but it's been kind of an interesting growth, starting a bunch of different YouTube channels, and it's been a huge healing tool. And through that, I've met a lot of different people, and I have met them in person too, and not all the time, but it's been a great resource for myself, growth-wise, and connecting others and sharing. I'm the communicator, so I like to communicate, and when there's no communication, I have a hard time in my relationships. I've been single for about 3.5. Sorry about that, guys. It's Skype. I've been single for about 3.5 years. I'm gonna quit that real quick, so you don't hear the sound. I've been single for 3.5 years ever since I left New Zealand in 2011, and that has been kind of a big thing for me recently. Meeting lots of different people, not like a ton of people, but you meet people, they're interesting. I generally tend to meet more people when I travel or when I do online stuff, or if it's an event. I generally don't meet people if I stay in one place, like the States. I will meet people in other countries, or while I'm going somewhere like in transit. That's how I meet people. That's how I meet men too. I generally will meet a love interest that way. That's been my thing, but I've been very cautious in that area because I've been quite hurt. I had a history of being with someone, not history, but it was quite a heavy breakup. So right now that's been kind of a subject on my mind, not about the past, but moving forward and why people have kind of just vanished when there has been such an amazing connection. And it's normally younger men I meet a lot, and I do meet them while I'm traveling, and they generally are English. Oh well, and I met this person. It's not the only reason. I had kind of a little moment to myself, and I shared it with others, and that actually is a gift when you open up to others, as much as it can be very hard. And sometimes you feel very judged from your own bloodline, but you try to let that go, and you know that everyone has their own way of seeing things and their own way, the way they were raised in their own circumstances. I'm not pointing fingers at anyone here. That is just my expression here. So where was I? So I met someone like before New Year's Eve, and we were on the same boat. I actually met two people, but one of them kind of fell away. Yeah, here you get to know about my inner world, but that's okay. And so there was a group of people. I'm not going to go into details or names because that's private. And I met this person randomly, and then they came to the island I was at like within a week later, and that was really funny because I met them while traveling. And then, yeah, they, whatever, I met a lot of other people on the island and was like looking at a lot of my old stuff because this is a place I went to, and I connected again with someone I was with and ended up getting back together with them. So, anyways, long story short, I met someone there and we connected on the full moon, and it was very romantic, and he proposed to me. And it was kind of a joke to him, I think, though, or it wasn't. I don't know, but it was kind of intense. And this video is going to be kept kind of private, so yeah, don't share it with everyone. And that kind of caught me. It was just like one of those moments like, wow, this is something I've been kind of wanting. Here it is right in front of me. And my friends and I that night that I met at on the island, through, speaking German, because I speak German, and just started meeting people. We just ended up making groups, and we made this drawing all together that night of, that's tea by the way, of the map to true love. And my friend was like, my German friend was like, this is how you're going to meet your husband. And that night I had a glass of wine after a few years, because I just have not been, alcohol has not been really one of my things, but I just said, oh, okay, I'll have a glass of wine. And I ended up having a glass of wine with my German friend. And then who walks in is the guy I met on the bus with a bunch of actors, and I thought they were very intriguing but annoying because at the time I was trying to sleep. So walks in, and it's like, your eye catches that spark in that moment, and then we all go to the beach, and then we all connect under the full moon as friends, and then that happens, I get proposed to, and then someone just kisses me and says, fuck it, like, this is life, life's too short. And it's like, wow, that was so beautiful and hot at the same time. So yeah, that kind of happened, and I get very inspired by people. That's how I generally connect. And yeah, so that was my experience with that person. It did continue, but my thing is that they always seem to go away, and that's been really hard for me in my life. The last few years, like, I meet people and then all of a sudden they vanish. And I know so from the version of the old story of how men and women act together is that, men will do anything to get something. And I don't think that's such a good story to live by, personally. I think we all have so many layers, and I'm not making excuses here for anyone. We have layers, but we've been conditioned to. And if we're going to think about men like that all the time, then that's stupid, and that's not going to serve us. Or women too. Oh, they just want one thing. They want a ring on their finger. Like, no, there's so much more. And we all carry the masculine and the feminine. And, someone last night said to me, like, oh, fairy tales don't exist. And I think they do, to a certain extent. We've been told many fairy tales about life and how we should live. And who says fairy tales don't exist? I think they do. If you don't take a risk, how are you going to know about anything or anyone? You have to take some amount of risk, even if it is going to have consequence. You're going to know the risk that's right for you. You're not going to do something that's completely out of the world, but some people do that. And that's okay. And that's just examples of life and, love and connection and relationship. It's everything, and it's everywhere. We don't have that, and we don't grow. We don't have anything. So, yeah, he and I were supposed to connect further. He was here too. And then, yeah, the story happens that he vanishes and I don't hear. And it made me kind of upset because I generally don't like being lied to or bullshitted. But you know what? Just because I heard the story before, that's why this happens and that happens, who knows? Who knows? So many other things probably involved. Everyone has their own life and their own journey, and yeah, I don't want to judge people based on that. But yes, I had a moment last night where I was in Chiang Mai for the last few days. I've been supposed to meet up with this group here, the vegans, and I keep getting lost every time I try to go meet up with these people. They're friends of some friends of mine that are here from the States, and it's pretty funny. And I was like crying the other night because I was walking in the dark and there were like kind of wild dogs around, and I got directions to get there. It was really late, and then I got there and I think everyone left, and I was like, okay, I better leave now. So I've had a few incidents where that happened. So I was feeling extremely lonely last night, and I kind of had it, and I was just eating all the time because that's this. I think when you're kind of bored, and you're feeling like not super stable inside, like not stable, but unstable, but just in general, like not satisfied. I feel like people do resolve in munchy eating, and I did hang out with someone later that day that I bumped into from the group. I was so happy just to see a person, because ever since I left the island, I thought, yeah, I really want to go. I want to go to Chiang Mai. I'm ready. And it's a city. It's not an island. Last time it was like walking around, and people kind of do their own thing, but you generally talk to people, and it's an island, so it's not cars, and it's a totally different lifestyle, and just there was more connection, as much as I thought I was disconnected from so much that was going on, and yet being reminded from my past experience that was a few years ago, and letting that go, and like, this is a new experience, and this is where I'm here, this is where I'm at. So, and let go of fear and allow my journey to unfold the way it's meant to. But last night I had a lot of support from friends, and I wanted to say really big thank you to anyone who's watching this. That meant a lot to me. I'm still working on real connections again and trusting people in terms of letting them in, but I generally allow people in pretty quickly, so I need to watch that, but not always. It really depends. So anyways, thank you for listening to this deep, so to say, vlog. I might feel a bit funny about posting this, but I think I should try and just be myself and be open and not feel ashamed. So yeah, thank you for watching, and there'll be other videos up too of hotel room reviews that I love doing, and fun vlogs, and taking you around where I go. And yeah, we're coming up to a Mercury retrograde, so if you're internally thinking too, you're not on your own. Yeah, so much love your way, and thank you for having an open heart and open mind and not judging someone's story. But love you guys, and I will see you soon.